What's up, America? Tony from the Real American Outdoors here. Been a while since we did a barbecue video, mainly due to the times we live in. But today I got some spare ribs, got them for a good deal, so I'm going to show them how to cook them the 3-2-1 method. So the 3-2-1 method is very controversial amongst barbecue purists. A lot of people don't like it. They say you just get overdone, oversaturated meat. You can occasionally dry it out if you don't keep it moist enough. But some people, like your backyard people, really like it because it's a simple method. You can make good tasting food and not really care about whether it's you know, a good bite but still stays on the bone, and you like more of that fall off the bone style. So we're just going to do the 3-2-1 method just to show you how really easy it is. Want to watch my other videos? I'm just going to trim this up real quick, and I have other videos that show you how quickly you can do that. But number one thing you make sure you do, no matter how you trim this up, if you choose to trim it up, is take the membrane off. Alright, so we got our ribs trimmed and squared up. I did cut them in half because we are using the master build today. There is a chance of rain all day, so we're just going to, you know, take it easy and just use the electric one. So what we're first going to do is do our mustard for our binder. We're going to start with the backs first. Do a nice lather of mustard. Again, this is not to add any flavor. This is just going to act as a binder, and we are using a Texas style barbecue seasoning rub. I know Texas pork don't usually match, but I don't really care. I like this stuff on everything. It is a, you know, mom and pop brand out here in southeast Wisconsin, so we are going to use it. Buying local. So I'm going to use a little more dry rub on this side because this is going to be where we want most of our flavor to penetrate. Alright, so now we're going to let these rest while we get the electric smoker ready. Then we're going to be cooking this for 3-2-1 method, so 3 hours. Usually if I cook for a little longer, I usually do a little lower temperature. So we're going to be doing about 235, somewhere in there. So let's let these rest, and then let's get the smoker ready, and then I'll take you out there when we put these on. Alright, so we have our ribs on there. Again, 235 for 3 hours. We're even cooking our scraps for a little snack later. And then our chips, we have our Western Premium Barbecue products. We're doing a little cherry and a little pecan, so a little bold with a little fruit flavor. So we'll check in at 3 hours from now, when we'll take them off to wrap. Alright, it has now been 3 hours, and we are going to pull them. As you can see, we got a lot of pullback down there. We got some good mahogany color, so let's go wrap these guys. Alright, we pulled our ribs. Next step, what we're going to do, we're going to wrap it. And wrapping's not going to be too difficult. You can kind of get as creative as you want with this piece, but we're just going to go really simple. We're just going to put some butter on the bottom here, a couple pats, probably do 3. I'm gonna sprinkle some dust, and then I'm just gonna take some barbecue sauce, but you can use whatever you want. We're gonna sauce them again later, but just put a little on the bottom just to get the moisture content up. And then I'm just gonna take it and put the, you know, the back side up. And then just put a couple more pats on the back with a little more dust, not a ton, and a little sauce. So not a ton of sauce, just enough to add a little moisture. So now we're going to wrap this up and get our other one back on the smoker, and then we'll see you back out there, or we're going to do another 2 hours at the same temp. Alright, we have our ribs wrapped and back on the smoker. Again, that is 2 hours at that same 235 degrees. Once we hit that mark, we'll pull them off, and then we will glaze them. Alright, so we pulled them after 2 hours wrapped, so now let's unwrap them and see how they look. Look at that. Got some nice pullback there. We're just going to flip this over. Alright. Got a lot of pullback on that one. And this one, we also have a decent amount of pullback. All right, lastly, we're going to let this set with our glaze. So lastly, we're going to let this set with our glaze. So our glaze, we're just going to do barbecue sauce, even though we did get a lot of moisture in these ribs already. So we did a good job of that. All right, and then we're going to put a little more of our dust on top to finish her off. Now let's get these back out in the smoker for 1 more hour, still at that 235 degrees. Let our glaze and everything set in. All right, here is our finished product. As you can see, we got plenty of drawback on those bones. So just to recap what we did 3 hours with our binder and our dry rub at 235 degrees. And then we pulled them, wrapped them, put some butter, a little sauce, some more dry rub on there, and put that back on for another 235 degrees for 2 hours. And then our final hour, we took them out of the foil, added some barbecue sauce for our glaze, put a little more dust on, and now we have our finished product. So let's flip this one over and let's cut one of these to see what it looks like on the inside. So you can see it's definitely done. A little more on the dry side than you typically would want, but with 3, 2, 1, these things are just gonna rip right apart, fall off the bone real easy. Obviously, this is definitely a beginner method, not necessarily how I cook them, or not necessarily how the competition guys do it either. But it's an easy, impossible to screw up type of technique that anyone can do at home. So thank you for watching this video. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. RealAmericanOutdoors.com and Turn UX for the American Fishing Challenge. Thank you, and we'll catch you next time.